Hey, it's me. So for my first video, I wanted to talk to y'all about something that my family and I have been dealing with for the past month and a half or so. And with it being the end of October and October being Bully Prevention Month, I felt that this was pretty fitting to discuss with everybody. So for the past month and a half, kind of close to 2 months, my daughter has been dealing with a bully at school. It started out like most kid stuff does, just kind of um, personality differences or kids being kids and, saying kind of not nice things to each other. And it escalated from there to small threats of physical violence, threatening that she might get punched or hit or pushed or something like that. And so when it all started, the way that I would advise her on this was the way that you advise any of your kids to deal with situations that where they just don't get along with someone else, where oh, just stay away from them, tell the teacher, ignore them, things like that. Well, then it started to escalate from the side of the other person, and I called a meeting with the teacher and explained what was going on, and the teacher said, okay, we will definitely pay attention to this. And they were wonderful, and they did what they were supposed to do and what I needed them to do. But then the tactics changed from the other person's stance. It started happening in places where they couldn't see or couldn't hear what was going on, and then it escalated to what I would probably call getting physical. Someone spit in her hair, in my daughter's hair. And at that point, enough was enough. Ignoring them or just telling the teacher wasn't doing the trick. So I called another meeting with the teachers and with the counselor. And if any of you have ever had reason to have a meeting with teachers or administration on your child's behalf, you truly feel like you're going into battle for your kid. And thankfully, my feeling that way was completely unnecessary. The teachers were totally understanding, and they were on my daughter's side, and they were on my side. And they understood that these situations do arise in school sometimes. They have kids and grandkids of their own, and they were wonderful as far as figuring out what steps needed to be taken to resolve the situation and what steps needed to be taken so that my daughter understood that they wanted her to have a happy day at school every day and not come home mad and crying and upset, because that's what had been going on for a month and a half. She was coming home every day either crying or just mad and in a really bad mood, and it had gotten to where she was taking it out on us at home. She had all of this frustration built up and she didn't know what to do with it, and it was coming out. And for me, I obviously had to correct that behavior at home because, I can't allow her to take her frustrations out on everybody else. But then I felt like she was being punished twice because she was having to deal with the bully at school, and then she was coming home and having to deal with getting punished for her behavior at home. And it really felt unfair to her, but everything still needed to be addressed. Um, I posted recently on Facebook, if any of you are friends with me on Facebook, that I recently had to tell my daughter the phrase, when you're going through hell, don't stop. And thankfully, she didn't. And she did it with such grace. And thankfully, her teachers understood what she needed, and they understood what I needed, and they gave it to us. So I guess what I'm trying to get across here is a lot of times we forget that the teachers are there for our kids, and they're there to help them. Like I said, they have kids and grandkids of their own. Many of them have been experiencing this for way longer than how long we've had children in school. And they've seen a lot more. They know a lot more about how to handle these situations. And working with them, we need to trust their abilities. we need to trust that they do have our children's best interest at heart, and that they do want what is best for every child. Because not only did my daughter need help, but the other person needed help too, because they needed to understand that their behavior was inappropriate and they needed to be taught differently. Um, and like I said, thankfully that has all happened, and it has happened flawlessly, and everything has turned out really well. Um, I just felt like this was worth sharing with everybody. I know that there's other people out there that have experienced what I have and even worse. And for them, my thoughts and prayers are with you, because there's nothing harder than watching your child go through something that you can't be there every step of the way to help them with. My grandmother once told me, nothing will make you crazier faster than having to defend your child. And Lord, is that the truth? Um, I hope and pray that this never happens again. I hope and pray that it doesn't happen to my other daughter. But if it does, I know that I will have the ability to put my faith in their teachers. And I hope that you all have the same ability in your teachers, the same trust and faith that I have been able to have in the ones that my daughters have as teachers. Um, Thanks for listening. I hope that the right people hear this, that needed to hear this, and know that they're not alone and that their kids aren't alone. We're all in this together, so let's do it together. Y'all have a great night. Talk to you soon. Thanks.